The Samsung Galaxy A53 was recently announced and is now available for purchase in South Africa and internationally. This is not a flagship smartphone, but hopefully, as you'll see throughout this review, this packs a punch that's almost as good as the flagships. Let's begin with the specs. This packs a display that has a 120 Hz refresh rate that makes for very fast scrolling, but unfortunately this does not have an LTPO panel. That means that it does not automatically switch between refresh rates, unlike the flagships. So the flagships will switch between refresh rates depending on what you're using. So if you're doing something that needs higher refresh rates, they will automatically switch to those high refresh rates. But if you are doing something that does not require high refresh rates, they will switch to lower refresh rates, and that automatic switching in itself will save battery for you. But this 6.5-inch display with that 120 Hz refresh rate makes for good scrolling. It makes for great watching if you're watching content on it. It makes for great gaming if you're gaming on your mobile device. And it also features an IP67 waterproof rating, which means it will be good for spills and splashes. It will be good if you drop it accidentally into puddles of water or in the bathtub while you're bathing. It's also dust proof or dust resistant. Now, in terms of performance, this features the Exynos 1280 chip instead of a Snapdragon. And I have a lot of people in the smartphone and tech community have been already complaining about this. But I think this is a strategic move from Samsung. If they're manufacturing their own chip, like they are, they can choose to prioritize whatever they believe the best smartphone experience should be. For example, in the Samsung A53, you get a 5000 milliamp battery that lasts you longer than on other devices with the same battery. This means that in the performance course, they've prioritized saving battery instead of giving you unnecessary performance. This does not mean that this is a slow phone. As you'll see with the 6 gig onboard RAM, this is a very fast memory, and you can also boost that memory with virtual memory on device to make it an extra 6 gig of RAM that is virtual memory. This features an onboard memory or storage of 120 gigabytes that is expandable through an SD card, and that's a great feature that you don't get in other smartphones of a similar price range, like the iPhone SE, for example. Also on performance, you get Android 12 with the One UI 4 skin from Samsung that gives you some of the best apps that you get on the flagships, like Samsung Pay, given that this has NFC, so you can make those tap to pay payments with your mobile device. And I've been using Samsung Pay for about 3 weeks now, and it's just amazing. But we'll talk about Samsung Pay in a different video. In terms of the cameras, this features almost the cameras that you would get from the flagships. So the main camera is a 64 megapixel camera. You also get a 12 megapixel ultra wide, and you get a macro and a depth camera with a flashlight as well. But those just help you for doing things like portrait mode, night mode, and doing macro shots with the back camera. On the front, you have a cutout that gives you that 32 megapixel selfie camera that helps you take better selfies, and for most use cases 32 megapixels for selfies should be good enough. In terms of video quality, on the main camera you get up to 4K with 30 frames per second, and that should be good enough quality for things like vlogging. But you also get other features that honestly I haven't tested enough. They seem gimmicky, but through tests we might see where these features lie. Features like a steady mode, where it stabilizes the video automatically for you. But what I've noticed with this stabilization through very minimal use is that it punches into the main camera, and then it makes the stabilization digitally, either through AI or through built-in stabilization sensors. And also, it's important for us to try and take a step back from this smartphone and think about the person it was intended for. Because like I said in the beginning of this video, this is not a flagship device. but this device, for the value that you get out of it compared to the price that you're paying for it, it will perform almost as good as some of the flagship phones. Now, this device is Samsung's mid-tier device, and it was announced together with the Samsung A53, sorry. It was announced together with the A33, which is still not available for some reason. It's going to be released for purchase, I think, by the end of this month, according to the Samsung announcement. But those two phones are Samsung's mid-tier level, I believe. And for prices that you get them at, for this in South Africa, you get for just under 9K if you're not buying any accessories with it. You get it in 3 colors, I believe. You get the awesome blue, which I got. You get the awesome white, you get awesome peach, and you get awesome black. I believe now the A series, the A stands for awesome because that's the word we kept hearing throughout the announcement. But you can also get a few accessories already with this device. For example, you can get a case, which I did end up getting. You can choose between all the available colors for the devices. You can also get cases from Samsung of the same colors. But if you want to mix it up like myself, you can get a different case from the device that you got. So I got the case that is awesome peach instead of the awesome blue because my phone is already awesome blue. And the phone itself in box does not come with a wall power unit. So it comes only with the data cable or the USB cable, and it's USB-C. It doesn't have a 3.5 millimeter earphone jack. So you're either gonna need an adapter if you're using plug-in headphones or earphones, or you're gonna strictly be Bluetooth. I saw for the international orders, they were getting free Samsung Galaxy Buds with the device, but as far as I've seen with the South African orders, you're not getting those for free, or maybe they were only for pre-orders. But it would be great to get some audio device. Now, I've been using this device for almost 2-3 weeks now, and I've got to say that in terms of performance, it's amazing, and in terms of battery life, it lasts me a day, even though some people say it lasts them 2 days. It lasts me a day because I'm gaming on this device. I'm using this device, it's constantly in my hand, and I always have the device at 120 Hz refresh rate. So if you want to save battery, you can notch it down to 90 Hz, and that may save you battery. But for the price that you get it for, and compared to what's on the market, for example, I've already spoken about this iPhone SE 2022. You get way more features out of this device than you would at a similar price point. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope this will help you either understand where this phone lies in Samsung's universe, or maybe help you make a purchasing decision. However, you might want to wait for the Samsung A53, and we'll do a review of that when it comes out. Thank you.